All right. Some call it flip-flopping. I would just say that I'm, intellectually mature enough to do some critical thinking and to change my mind on a few things. I've changed my mind on a few things, a few that we're going to talk about today on the live edition. Zach,
You're so mature.
Yeah. Is this still? That's what the glasses bring out. He's Zach Blackerby, your favorite two-eyed friend. I'm Brad Law, your favorite four-eyed friend. And this is, are we changing the name of the show? Is this a different, because I understand
I think it's now the Octopod.
Okay. The Octopod. I love the live.
The Octopod live dive is what a super chatter said last week. And there's no way we can't use that.
No, I agree. That's awesome. And so that's what we'll call it. It is the Octopod live dive, which reminds me a little bit. My kids used to watch Octonauts, which was a show about 8 sea creatures who would, solve problems and have missions. And they're called Octonauts, and their hub was the Octopod. So
maybe they're tuning in from Atlantis or wherever. Yeah.
That would be great. Yeah, that'd be great. So Captain Barnacles was the leader of that, was the leader of that troop. So
I've almost called you Captain Barnacles several times.
Well, it kind of fits, doesn't it? I mean, it's the barn. It's the barn Auburn. So Captain Barnacles. Love it. All
right.
Boy, people are coming in hot and heavy already, aren't they?
I think that's great. So you've changed your mind on a specific potential coaching candidate.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm going to ask everybody else to just think about it a little more than what I think they're thinking about. Okay. I think when you hear Clark Lee, what's the first thought that comes to your mind?
Diego Pavia.
Sure. And I think it's fair. And I think the second thought is probably, well, let's see what he does without Diego Pavia. And I don't want to wash that thought away because I think it's a fair thought. I would just say, is it worth a deeper thought than that? Is it worth a deeper thought? Clark Lee was one of the most respected defensive coaches in the country, and that's why he got the Vanderbilt job. Mm-hmm. Let's don't discount why he took what is historically one of the hardest jobs in college football. And at one of the hardest places to draw talent, he convinced Diego Pavia and Tim Beck and Jerry Gill to come and take over that side of the ball.
Sure.
Was that the only place Diego Pavia could go? Was that the only offer that he had? I doubt it.
Well, so the Pavia thing has been twisted a little bit, and this is him twisting it. But it was like, all these people passed on me. My memory's correct. He entered the portal with a no contact tag and then just followed his coach.
Right. So doesn't Clark Lee deserve at least some credit for being savvy enough to hire a respected veteran offensive coach?
Maybe so. Yeah, the argument, and I'm not like, I don't want this to come across as like I'm pro Clark Lee. I'm not against Clark Lee. I think there are arguments that make sense.
Yeah, just a discussion.
But I have a hard time faulting a coach for having a good quarterback when he got the quarterback. Like there was this stint, I think it's the same train of thought for folks who have listened to me for a long time. We've probably talked about it on here before, Brad, where like the Gus Malzahn era, there was a lot of like, oh, well, he can't get a quarterback out of high school. It's either got to be a transfer guy or like a JUCO guy.
Yeah.
What's up with that? And I'm like, who cares? He's getting them.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't care.
Who cares? So I don't want to hold the Pavia thing against him too much, but I do think that is definitely the biggest knock against him for sure. The biggest pro for Clark Lee in my mind is, I don't know if he's just a savvy spender when it comes to NIL in the portal, or if it's if he recognizes how important fit is, and fit is more important than overall talent. with some players at some positions, or if it's a scouting thing. But they've done so much with their very limited NIL resources where, in this past regime under Freeze, they went out and got the guys who were ranked the highest. Were great, but they called for. And then sometimes it worked, and then sometimes it didn't. And so I think that's the biggest pro for the Clark Lea argument.
Yeah. I can understand why he would be impressive in an interview. If you watch any of his so all these coaches do their pre-game, not pre-game, but their early week press conferences, their game week press conferences. Jacob Johnson, Woo Octopod Live Dive. Thank you, Jacob.
Jacob Johnson, were you the super chatter the other week that came up with this idea? Because if so, I want to make sure you have proper credit.
Love the name. That's what it is from now on.
Yeah, it's stuck for sure.
His game week press conferences are really impressive. He doesn't what?
Who cares?
Well,
who cares?
So look, that is to back up the point. I can understand why he'd be impressive in an interview.
Who cares?
Okay.
I'm so overvaluing press conferences.
Yeah. All right.
That's all we've had for a while. I'm so over it.
All right. B. Stevens. Let's rehire Gene Chizik if you're going to use that mentality, considering he brought in Cam Newton. I mean, he does get credit for bringing in Cam Newton. He does get credit for being a national championship head coach.
Yep, sure does.
I don't understand nobody's saying bring in Gene Chizik to be the head coach again, but you can't separate the two. You have to give a guy credit. To your point, Zach.
Pictures of Gene Chizik are always going to be in the Auburn athletics department and around the stadium because he brought in Cam Newton. 100%. He wasn't able to bring in another one, and so he got fired.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You get the blame for what you don't do, but you do get the credit for what you do.
Yes.
That's the way that works.
Bill Belichick is an all-time great coach because he had Tom Brady.
Yes. Yeah. Did he suck after Brady? Sure. Yeah. Does it matter? No.
Right.
There you go. Jacob he says. He was the guy that had the idea.
Hey, can we put some W's in the chat for Jacob, please?
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Jacob. All right. Great point here by NH.
Sure. Yeah.
Clark Lea was 9-27 at Vandy before Pavia. If you're Cohen, what are you telling Lee to get him to leave his alma mater for Auburn? Also, is Lincoln Riley smoke or a serious contender? So let's go sentence by sentence here.
Yeah.
Lee was 9-27 at Vandy before Pavia.
Yep.
That is noteworthy.
Yep.
It's also, Brad, really easy to say, like you said, toughest job maybe in college football.
Yeah.
Low expectation, so he was given time to build. But this is a reasonable thing. But also, what else were you supposed to do at Vanderbilt? I don't have a great response to that, but NH is, I assume, factually correct here.
The last guy that got Vanderbilt to more than one bowl game parlayed that into the Penn State job, one of the historically most prestigious jobs in college football. So all right, what are you going to tell him to get him to leave his alma mater for Auburn? With all due respect to the team that has beaten Auburn 2 years in a row and now leads the all-time series, you point to the logo and you say it's Auburn. That,
if you don't want to be here, great.
Yeah, I think we overvalue alma maters. I think we overvalue that with Brent Key at Georgia Tech. I think we overvalue it with Clark Lea at Vanderbilt and wherever else a guy is at his alma mater. Kenny Dillingham. I think we overvalue
and I think you ask him point blank, like, hey, Clark Lea, was your goal when you started climbing the coaching ranks, was your goal to coach at your alma mater?
Yeah.
And if he says yes, I'm like, okay, is that still your goal?
Right.
Yeah, then okay. Then probably isn't a fit. It probably isn't a fit. Is a Lincoln Riley smoke or a serious contender? I think it's smoke. I don't buy it. I don't think it makes sense.
Yeah. Do I think he would be interested in Auburn? Sure.
Would Auburn be his first choice? I do not think so.
Yeah, probably not. It is interesting, though. It's a compelling case to get into the SEC. The Big Ten looks very different than the conference he left Oklahoma to go join.
True.
Real different. Another point about Clark Lee, he comes from the Mike Elko tree. And so if you really like the job that Elko is doing at Texas A&M, he was with him at two different stops. He was with him as the linebackers coach at Bowling Green when Elko was the defensive coordinator there. Lee was with Elko as a linebackers coach at Notre Dame when Elko was the defensive coordinator there. So how much do you value that? It's up to you. It's up to everybody. This is just for this is just because, Zach, just to reiterate, I just didn't want to leave the discussion at, well, how good is he going to be after Diego Pavia? I think it can go deeper than that.
Yeah. Now he's probably going to be more limited post Diego Pavia at Vandy than anywhere else.
Sure.
And maybe he sees that. He'll never be a hotter name than he is right now.
You're exactly right.
I can't wait for him to leave Vandy, and I don't care if he goes to Auburn or not, but like regardless, as far as where he goes, I can't wait for people to say he's leaving.
Yeah, you don't have to change the spelling of the word.
He's Clark leaving.
Yeah, Clark leaving. How about this? What about your new slogans you could have? I believe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but instead of BELIEVE, it's BELEAVE.
Yeah, there's some ammo there for sure.
Yeah. We could do those pins again like they did in 1993 with Attitude. And then after that, Audacity and everything else that they did in the mid-90s with Terry Bowden. We could bring the pins back.
I think pins are making a comeback.
Sure. Well, I mean, pins have always been a thing around Auburn. They've never really gone away. Those game day pins are sharp. I like the game day pins with the different slogan for each game. Here's Landon Carroll. I think he has a good question for us. Although Cohen said he wanted a sitting head coach to be the next head coach, is there any sitting coordinator that you've heard smoke about? Not really.
No, early on you heard Georgia's, and that died fairly quickly. You know, normally there's that guy, but I don't really know where you would want to go with that. I mean, DJ Durkin, does he count?
Yeah, he counts. He counts.
I mean, although he's the coordinator that is most likely to be hired by Auburn.
Right. I would agree. Yeah, Schumann will go somewhere, probably after this year, the Georgia defensive coordinator, but I don't think it's Auburn.
Yeah, Brad, I'm really looking forward to seeing how whoever hires a guy like that or a coordinator / assistant coach is in the playoff.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what that timeline looks like. I'm looking forward to seeing, like, are people just going to wait? They might.
I don't know. I think they're going to hire him and then let him keep coaching. I think that guy just has to split duties for a month if he's in the playoff. We've seen that happen before, right? Kirby coached as Alabama's defensive coordinator. Yeah,
December is more important than it used to be.
You're right.
Portal's early January. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Can you do that?
You can afford.
What if you're in the national championship game and you're just like not at your new school when the portal opens?
That's a good question.
It's gonna happen. I can't wait to see it. Do you just punt an off season because you're like, we believe in this guy in the future and like we'll do everything we can?
Yeah,
I think that's what you have to do in that scenario.
I think you're much more likely to punt the recruiting class and the recruiting timeline than you are portal season. You have to have portals. You can't punt portal season. You can't do it. You got to go for it. It's like 4th and 1 at the 35. You can't punt there. You got to go.
Sure. Yeah, and I don't know, does it keep these assistants at these top schools, which have kind of been historically like what you do? You take a coordinator job at a Clemson or an Ohio State or a Bama or a Georgia.
Yeah.
Are you stuck there a little bit longer because of that? And ironically, do you get the better job opportunities when your team doesn't do as well? I don't know. It's going to be fun to see.
Yeah. Yeah, fun to see. Coaches, also, have you noticed coaches are trending a little younger? They're trending younger and younger. I don't know if that's a new era or if that's just
You're
kind of the
trending
way
younger.
It's leaning that way now. Always. NH3425 with another super chat. Thank you. I get the feeling Cohen has someone that has not been mentioned. Example, Harsin hire. Quit it. You're going to make people twitch. I don't.
Who's the head coach of Boise right now?
I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. Another possibility. This one's kind of fun to think about. What if they know exactly who they're going to hire and have for 2 weeks?
I think that's possibly the most likely scenario, Brad, at this point.
But of course you have other conversations. If it never hurts to have professional conversations. You never turn down the interview opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
You don't turn down interviewing for other jobs, even if you're perfectly happy and you're going to stay where you are and there's no doubt you're going to stay. But you have the interview, you have the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You gather info. So just a little extra thought.
What else have you changed your mind on lately?
I'm thinking about changing my mind on Ashton Daniels and the plan for next year. I'm getting a little closer. Like, unless Ashton just tells you straight up, he's finished with college football. He wants to close out strong and have a good, solid end to his college career this year. Is it worth this thought? You can build around Ashton Daniels for next year. You don't need a portal quarterback to be your starter next year. You have a 6,000-yard total offense career guy, dual threat right now on your roster, and you can build around him for next year.
So if you do that, are you okay with? You have to package that in a way, though, where it does at least look like a competition, so you keep Deuce, correct?
Maybe. It depends. I don't know what his NIL looks like. I don't know where he is in his development. And there are a lot of questions that go into that.
Yeah.
Do you think he could be the guy in 27? If you think he's your guy absolutely in 27, yeah, you have to package it in a way that you keep him.
James says if Summerall gets the job, Cohen is known for a while. I agree. I agree. And everything we've heard about him being like the leader in the clubhouse from start to finish, it would confirm all of that.
You're seeing some stuff out there about Summerall too that he's been. We're going to get to that. Leave that up there. He's also wanted at Arkansas, and if Kiffin were to leave, Ole Miss would want him, and LSU, and of course they want him. Of course. And if I'm his agent, I'm trying to get the word out there that everybody wants him too, to try to force the public announcement as fast as possible, or the private offer as quickly as possible. Sea Urchin 5567 says, "What's up, y'all?" Look at him. Look at the Sea Urchin with his Aristotle's lantern.
That's his mouth, right? The 5 parts of his mouth.
Right. Yeah.
Wham says, I heard a good point. Why should we listen to the media about the next head coach? The media goes out of the way to hate on Auburn. No hate to Summerall.
Yeah. I agree with the first premise of that. And the second one, quite frankly. The media goes out of its way to hate on Auburn. I think sometimes Auburn is an easy target for national media, and we know about the Alabama media machine. So I would be watchful of the messaging and where it comes from. See, everybody's buddies with John Summerall now because he has ties to the state of Alabama. Watch how quickly, if he gets the Auburn job, watch how quickly people turn on him. Everybody loves Clark Lee right now, and they admire the job he's done.
Yeah.
If he becomes the Auburn coach, watch how the messaging shifts. It happens every single time.
Before we get Coach Holtz on the show, he'll be here in a few minutes.
Sure.
Do we have any animal facts this week?
We do, as a matter of fact, and I think Coach Holtz needs to deliver the animal fact.
Okay. All right, so he'll be here in a few minutes. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
If you have any questions for Lou Holtz, let us know. That'd be great. Anything else you change your mind about? Maybe something having to do with holiday traditions or Christmas traditions.
So I was wrong about my son's desire to wait until after Thanksgiving. I thought he was in the camp with me on putting up the Christmas tree.
Wow.
It turns out everything that you said about Thanksgiving, he falls right in line with.
Yeah.
And apparently we've done an awful job in schools of teaching the history of Thanksgiving and what it actually means. Because his quote to me today was, and I quote on the way to school, "It's just a meal." It's not just a meal. So long story short, I put up the Christmas tree last night.
Yeah, you sent the picture, Matt. My response was, I can't wait till 10 a.m.
After just so adamantly, like almost militarily.
You were a tad condescending about
Yeah, I
it
was. I know.
to me. And then you have your tree up before I do.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Anything
not fully.
You want to say to your co-host?
I changed my mind.
Okay. What about the condescension? Anything there?
I don't. I didn't mean to be condescending. It just comes across that way.
Doesn't mean if you meant to or not.
I have BCV.
Doesn't mean if you meant to be condescending or not. What?
You've heard of RBF? I have RCV, resting condescending voice.
Well, that's just what happens when you're smarter than everyone, right? When you're Brad Law.
That's
unbelievable.
Would you stop?
Graham says, I think I just have PTSD from hiring coaches. I get excited about guys and I panic thinking we're done for again when it gets closer to being real.
Yeah,
War
like
Eagle to that, Graham. Yeah. War Eagle to that. You're not alone, my guy.
It's like buyer's remorse. You spend 7 weeks trying to pick out the right car, and then as soon as you get it, you're like, did I pick the right one? You drive
home and you see it in the driveway. It's like, did I want this?
I didn't want the white. I should have gone with the gray. I knew better than that. Gosh.
Oh my goodness. And it's like, you look at the payment. It's like, oh no. Oh no. NH says, let's admit it. Cohen has Saban with an offer.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he's coming. Nick Saban's coming. He'll be the next.
That'd be crazy. Coach. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Jacob Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
We need a Lou Holtz animal fact. I think he's here.
Jacob is here. By the way, Jacob's just taken over. Apparently, he came up with the name of the show. Now he's producing the content. Jacob just feels like he's the producer.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I mean, he's on a heater.
Yeah, right now. You're right. Yeah,
he's on a heater. Who am I to stop the heater?
He's in his
pulling
bag.
A guy pitching a perfect game in the 8th. No shot.
Okay, Zach, how is everyone today? It's so great to be here on the Octopus Live Slice.
Listen, no, Coach. It's the Octopod Octopod Live Dive.
That's what I said.
Okay.
By the way, I like stringing lights and tinsel on the Christmas tree, and I say put it up whenever you fancy. Whenever the mood strikes, you put it up. Just don't leave it up till January 16th. That's too long. Okay. Today's animal fact is this, Zach. Did you know sea otters hold hands while they sleep so they don't drift off from each other? That's true. Sea otters hold hands when they sleep. It's your animal fact of the day. They got to be sea creatures too. If they don't live in the ocean, forget about it. Although sea otters don't live in the ocean, they live in a river. What the heck? What do I know? Sturgill Simpson, 24. Those slurps in my right ear, legendary. Thank you, Sturgill.
Sea Urchin says, me and Dirk can do that.
Coach Durchin. That's so good.
B. Stevens says, we need to treat Cam Coleman and Deuce Knight like sea otters.
We need to treat. Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny. I'm never ready for it. I'm just never ready for it.
I imagine Brad
imagine
and Zach hold hands so they don't drift apart. Sure.
You can imagine that. That's fine.
That's outstanding.
All right. Okay. Anybody have any questions?
Yeah. Throw your questions. While those questions come up, we'll stockpile questions for Lou or Zach or me or whatever. So I posted on X last night. Our mutual friend Jim Dunaway, noted Alabama media member, posted a picture from Alabama's basketball game against Purdue at like halftime. The crowd was going nuts, and he said, "I like these November basketball games." Okay, so I quote tweeted it and said, "I do too, Jim," or "So do I, Jim." Well,
you're agreeing that you like November basketball games.
Alabama lost the game to Purdue at home by 7. And a lot of Alabama people apparently took that as me trolling. And I mean, it was interesting. Like some of the responses I got were pretty vicious. You know, I mean, they're
what's the most vicious one you got that you can read on air?
Yeah. Well, the key is that I can read on air.
Yeah, that caveat I think is important.
Yeah. Let me pull it up here, and then I'll have to edit it. So here it is. Or did he take it away? Oh, he took it away.
Oh, was that egregious?
Oh yeah, it was yeah. It's pretty bad. It was MF this and MF that, and we'll see how bad Auburn is Sunday when they play Houston. And oh no, what about Bethune-Cookman? And actually, no, how about football against Mercer? You MF 4I, like it was a lot of stuff.
That's crazy.
It's kind of like what Sturgill says right there. 4 Eyes needs to quit thinking about Bam. What I was doing was agreeing with Jim. I like these November basketball games too.
Yeah, they're great.
Houston and Auburn is a huge basketball game in Birmingham in 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That loss for Alabama last night is completely and utterly meaningless. It's harmless. It doesn't hurt them at all. These games in November being so good is great for basketball in our state. It's why people care about Auburn and Alabama basketball at this point. So I was agreeing with Jim is all I was doing. And if folks took it the wrong way, then that's a them thing, and they can work that out.
You ever look at either a comment or in this case a super chat where you're like, wow, this guy knows his Village Vice lore. 9 times says, why do I feel like the Lou Holtz bit started when Lou kept beating Brad's Maize and Blue? That is a Village Vice lore knower right there. Right.
Yeah, because I like Michigan. Michigan's my second team.
You're a Michigan man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, not really, but they're my second team. They're my second favorite team. It's Auburn, and then way down Michigan, and then everybody else.
Which is funny because my second team is Ohio State.
Yeah. Yeah. But we never turned that into a competitive thing the weekend of that game.
Yeah, like, I just don't care enough.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's the gap. It's like I don't care.
Same. But that's a good point. Notre Dame was legendary under Holtz and beat Michigan a good bit. They used to play every year. I hate that they don't play every year. Michigan and Notre Dame should play every year.
Sure.
But people watching right now don't care about Michigan and Notre Dame.
You watched Drake May last night?
A little, not a lot. I watched his third touchdown pass.
Or the third touchdown.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, third touchdown. Yeah. It was the
running on Henderson's third touchdown.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Woo!
No, I was putting up the tree. I was putting up the tree and listening to the Purdue Alabama game.
Oh, that's right. All right.
That's
anything else today, whether it's from you or our friends in the live chat, anything else you guys want from us right now?
I don't see a lot of questions. That's true. Sea Urchin is right. Zach wishes he could hold hands with Drake May.
That's why I go to sleep, so I can dream about it. He's so good. He's so unbelievably good. Didn't see it coming.
No, I was going to say.
I thought he'd be solid. I did not think he'd be a top 3 quarterback in the league. I did not see it coming.
And that's the sports radio in Boston. Like all the media there is like, look, he's great, but there's no way you could have predicted it.
No, like, and what he could be with traits and all that, but like MVP with no weapons.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
It's fun. We have more wins than anyone in football right now. Go Pats.
What is your prediction for basketball Sunday? Auburn.
I think we win.
Really?
I think we win.
Okay, you're going to be in the minority, I think, on that. I don't think a lot of people
time.
are expecting. Yeah,
big time.
I like it.
I think my pick on my show this morning was like 71-68, something like that.
That's right in the that's right in that mucky area because Auburn wants to play at 90 and Houston wants to play at 50.
Right.
So whatever side of 70 the game is on determines who wins the game.
Yeah. I think it's a huge opportunity for Steven.
Yeah.
I think they've done some stuff defensively like that 1-3-1 all year. I think they're going to do some different stuff against Houston. They have to, or they will get killed if they do that against Houston. Yeah. They will just take layup and dunk after layup and dunk on us all night if that happens. Yeah. So you're expecting Murphy to be back, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am too. I think that'll help, especially defensively. So, give me Auburn.
Yeah, and Hall is the key. I mean, I know Pettiford. You're waiting to see him break out, but it's Hall. I mean, it's probably not fair to ask him to get 20 and 12 in this game. But I think if he's around 6, but now I think he could also. They're so physical. How's the game officiated? Are they going to allow Keyshawn to get to the foul line 15, 16 times?
That matters.
It matters a ton.
And let me tell you this. Tahad scoring 20 on Sunday.
If Tahad scores 20, Auburn wins convincingly because Houston's not giving up many.
I'm telling you it's happening.
I mean, 20 is a third or quarter of the points you're going to score in the game.
You're a quarter of the points, okay?
You can't do that.
We don't need that.
Everything.
Tahad and Keyshawn are going to they're going to kind of say, hey, world, hey, college basketball.
Yeah.
We're one of, if not the best scoring tandems in the country.
Yeah. Well,
I think they make that statement on Sunday. That's my take.
I think he's pressing. I think he's still trying to adjust to being the guy, the point guard, as opposed to the guy who's coming in off the bench and showing what he can do with so many other guys around him.
Graham McLean says, I don't see a path to us winning Sunday.
Yeah. Graham's not the only one.
Graham, it's Friday, my guy.
Yeah.
Let's put some pep in the step. Let's get juiced.
Yeah, Graham's just being honest, though. There's a lot of look of the 100+
we've been beat up. Law of averages, something good is about to happen. It can't keep going like this.
Yeah.
We deserve this.
Now, look, Lori Underwood, War Damn Eagle, we beating Houston this weekend. That's the energy. That's the energy you want, right, Zach?
Yes. 9 times says JP Pegues was our starting point guard against them last year, and we still won. Yeah. And then
that's factually accurate.
That is factually accurate. And then Tahad Pettiford, that was kind of his coming out game, which is awesome. So,
yeah.
No, I want Tahad to cook. And then there started to be rumors, there's coaching rumors, but I want there to be rumors of like, is Tahad Pettiford actually the mayor of Houston? That's what I want to happen.
Here's a score prediction from NH3425 with a $5 super chat. 92-87 Auburn. Yeah. Hey, buddy, if Auburn gets to 90, that's a big win. That's a huge win.
I mean, you're talking about one of the best offenses in college basketball. If Auburn scores 92 on Sunday.
On Houston, yes.
Which would be awesome.
It'd be great. And I think they win by more than 5 if Auburn scores 92.
Yeah.
I think the way the game's played is different.
That's almost like a double overtime score, I would think.
Yeah, sure. They can win. They can put up 92 in double overtime. That's a good point.
Which we'll go to overtime with you. We went to overtime against Bethune and against Cookman.
Well, it was 2 teams. It was Bethune and Cookman, Zach.
2 different guys. Yeah.
I got to tell you, I've had enough of overtime. Overtime against Missouri. Overtime against Vanderbilt. Overtime against Bethune-Cookman. I've had enough overtime. Had enough.
Do you think Bethune and Cookman hold hands when they go to sleep?
Of course.
So they don't drift off?
No, they're always together. Always.
Yep. All right. Did that do it for today's show?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We will do it again next Friday, 10 a.m., the Octopod Live Dive. Fridays at 10. If you're not subscribed yet, most of you are, but if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit subscribe. If you're not a member yet, we are pushing more members-only shows. And so this is a great time, if you're not a member yet, to sign up and become a member of the channel. And remember, until next time, everyone has vices. Make sure Village Vice is one of yours.